You're welcome to today's session. I'm so excited to be here and to also have you on board. Please confirm if you can hear me and let's know your name and also where you're watching from if you don't mind. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching from. While we are waiting for others to join, please let's do well to share the link so we can have more people be a part of this. Please let's share the link. Share with your friends, share with your community, share with everyone that you want to do well together with in 2026. I would love to see our comments in the comment section, your name, and probably where you're watching from before we go ahead into what we have for today. Let's share the link with everyone that we know to be a part of this. Please let's share the link. Let's share the link. Let's share the link. Let's share the link. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Please confirm if you can hear me clearly. Please confirm if you can hear me very clearly. I would love our feedback in the comment section. Can you hear me clearly? Good morning, everyone. All right. Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon, depending on your location and where you're joining from. Thank you for being a part of this session. Like I said, if you want your friends to do well, you don't want to be the only one that wants to be an eye flyer in 2026, please do well to share the link with everyone that you know so they can be a part of this. It is very important that we do so. All right, let's share the link. So today we are going to be talking about 5 game changers for you to have a wonderful, a successful year 2026. 5 game changers to pay attention to. 5 solid game changers. All right, and might be wondering who is this session for? Why this session? All right. I know there are many people who start the year, they come into the year with a lot of energy, they are enthusiastic, they're optimistic, they have a lot of things that they hope to achieve. But many times at the end of the year, many people are left disappointed, they are discouraged, some are depressed, and because of this because many people have that experience, sometimes they go around the same circle, um trying to figure out how to do things. They come into the year with so much energy to keep up with, and you're wondering why is this. Some always have that vision, that desire, that um they have a lot of goals for the year. I don't know if you have ever been in this shoe before. You have a lot of goals, but at the end of the day, you don't get to measure up, you don't get to do so much, and you keep wondering why. And every time we enter into another year, we are coming in again with another um enthusiasm that this year I'm going to do better, this year may be different. And the goal of this is to help us to come to the place where we see that new year, new me is not automatic. I always tell this to my coaching community and my coaching clients. New year, new me is not automatic. Having a new vision, a new goal, does not mean that you are not going to have does not necessarily lead to you having the results that you want to have. There are things that you must pay attention to if you are going to get your desired result, or at least close to your desired result. Are we together? So I believe we got that up to this point. All right. So you might have had a great year, or maybe you are here, you used to have a great year, but you want more, you want to do more, you want to do better. This is also for you. All right. So there is a foundation that we must put in place before we go into the five changes that we should pay attention to. And this is very, very key. I'm sure some of you might have heard this again and again, but I'm just bringing this to our subconscious, to our consciousness, so we can um, not just hear, but be intentional. Because many times what changes you is not necessarily what you hear, but what you do with what you hear. So I want to encourage you, while you are listening to this session this morning, that you will not just hear, make a decision that I will not just make this live session one of those sessions I attend. I will not just make this session, to just come and go in my life. I'm going to draw out every juices from this session. I'm going to make the most of every single thing I'll be hearing today. I'm going to make the most of it. I want you to have that at the back of your mind, even as we go into what we have for today properly. Once again, you're welcome to this session. So going right into the conversation for today. Who is ready? Let me see in the comment section if you are ready. So if you're ready, just comment. I'm ready, 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 ready. Give me some energy. Show me some energy in the comment section. If you are ready, let me know. I want to see your comment. Shout out to everyone I'm seeing online. You're welcome. Thank you so much. I celebrate you. Ready? Yes. Let's keep it coming. Ready, 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 ready. Yes. There are game changers in this place, ready to take advantage of the year, ready to take all that this year can give to them. Awesome. I'm loving the energy. Let's keep it coming. All right. So what is the foundation that we must pay attention to before we go into the 5 game changers to pay attention to? One very important foundation, and that is the power of decisions. Yes, the power of decisions. You must decide if there's going to really be a change in anybody's life. Really, it begins with a decision. If you've been hurt and you want to heal, if you've been broken and you want to rise out of that place, if you've tried to build before but it didn't last, one major thing, where to begin from really is not by trying to do things, trying to start again, try to just no. The first thing is to sit down and make a decision that will I allow this to keep ruining my life, to keep um taking me down, to keep bringing me down, to keep drawing me backward. You have to sit down and take a decision that this year, for instance, I want to have a different experience. I want to do differently. I want to get different results. I want to become a better person. I want to become a better person in my career. If you have organizations, we want to do better things this year. We want to improve in our culture, improve in our services, improve in the offers we make, improve in every area. You have to, it starts with a decision, because decisions make men and decisions changes men. I'll say that again. Decision makes men, decision also changes men. So it begins with a decision. All right. So because hearing without decision will lead to frustration and a dead end. So I don't want us to have a dead end this year. I want us to have massive results this year. I want us to really experience a shift in not just our personal life, but in our careers and every other areas of your life that you feel you need to grow. So it starts with a decision that I want to grow. It starts with a decision that I want to be different. It starts with a decision that I don't want to keep repeating the same circle I've always had. I don't want to repeat the same circle. And I don't want to keep giving excuses for those circles. Are we together? I don't want to give the same excuse for those circle. I want to be different. I want to get a different result. So you decide. So what are the three decisions that you have to make? One, you must decide that you will be better, because you can't do better if you yourself are not better. Going into the five changes is going to help us to break that down. All right, how to become better, really, because it starts from there. All right, if you're a kind of person that you usually give up and you want to build an organization, you won't have the tenacity, you won't have the doggedness, you won't have the diligence, you won't have the dexterity to stay, to weather different situations and really build. That's if you're a person who personally, even in other areas, you usually give up. Do you see that? So you have to decide that, okay, this year I want to be a person that does not easily give up. I want to be a person that shows up. I want to be a person of my word. If I say I'm going to do this, then I'm really going to do it. I want to be a person of my word. I want to be a person that is intentional about growth. I want to fix my fixed mindset and change it to growth mindset. I want to change my worldview, how I see life, how I see things, how I approach things, because it begins from there. So the first decision to make is I will be different. You must decide to be different. Second decision is you must decide that you will do differently. So as you are becoming a different person, one of the struggles people have is that adjustment in their actions. Though they are learning, they are receiving new insights, they are going for sessions, um, gaining different life changing insights. But the next thing is, beyond all those things, you must allow what you are hearing, what is happening to you on your inside, begin to reflect on the outside, because transformation is supposed to be inside out. All right, as you are being transformed inside, then you bring it outward, work it out, do something with it. All right, you notice that your mindset is being changed, you're thinking differently, but your actions also must follow suit. So you must decide that you're going to do better. As you are knowing better and as you are becoming better, you must be intentional about doing better. That equation must be balanced if you're going to do well this year. So the third thing that I want you to decision that you must also make this year is you will not give up halfway. For everything you have written down at the beginning of the year that you want to do, that you want to achieve, you must decide that you will see them through. You're not going to stop halfway. You're not going to give up halfway, except if you are going in the wrong direction, right? Because the message of consistency is not for someone that is going in the wrong direction. For someone that is going in the wrong direction, your message is turn back. Turn back. All right. So you must be very intentional about um not giving up, because the truth is, when you are going on a journey, of becoming different, of becoming better, of doing better, you want a different result. You want 2026 to be different from 2025, 2024, 2023, 2022. All right, some things that would naturally, things rise up that want to confront us, that want to make us to stop on our track and say, I'm not doing again, right? Maybe you decided that this year, oh, I want to transition, I want my business to move from hundreds of thousands to maybe millions, and it's looking like, are we going to really scale this? You won't give up halfway, because we have a goal, we have a target, we have a vision set before us. Are we still together? So you must decide that you will not stop halfway. If you have decided that this year I'm going to give myself to reading, for instance, you start a book but you never finish it in your life. The only thing you start and finish is your food, for instance. For some people, but book, never. You can watch series, watch movies, but to finish a book, oh my God, it's very difficult. You must decide that this year, anything I start, I must finish. I will not give up halfway. You are learning a skill, pursuing a career path. I will not give up halfway. Or maybe you want to transition to a new job and you have been applying and trying to get different offers, but you're not seeing it yet. And you're like, God, I don't think this is meant for me. I don't think this is for me. I will not give up halfway. I want you to say it in the comment section. I will not give up halfway. Because this year, we are becoming finishers. All right. I want to see us really affirm it. I'm not giving up halfway this year. I will not give up halfway. I will not. I'm not leaving this table, oh. Though I've left the table, right? It looks like I'm talking to some people. I will not give up halfway. No, we are finishing. You want to grow in your spiritual life? I will not give up halfway. You want to? You have said this year that before you used to be. You believe I'm an introvert. I'm shy. I don't know how to mingle with people. And you want your business to prosper. As how? You want your business to thrive, to fly. How? You want to cross some threshold in your finances. How? You must become a different person. You must die to some. I don't jump ahead of myself. You must die to some beliefs that you have embraced and have accepted. Sometimes some personalities that you have embraced will not serve you in fulfilling that vision. You must dump it and drop it. Because this year, we are not giving up halfway. We are not stopping now. Everything we say we are doing, we are getting them done. You want to write a book, you will not write chapter 1 this year and leave chapter 2 till the next 10 years. We are not giving up halfway. Are we still together? Let's move on from that. So what are the game changers that we must pay attention to? There are 5. I don't know if I want to really give you the whole 5, but if you if encourage me, I might share everything. All right. But I'll be nice. This is our first coaching call for the year, so I think I'll gladly give us a 5. But love up on me first. Let me see if you really need it. So we're going into 5 things that you must alter if you are going to make a difference this year. 5 things to really pay attention to. Like I said, transformation begins from inside out. I was speaking with someone this week, and the person was like, I've experienced so many things, this, that. Is it really possible to heal? Is it really possible to become different? I've always been like this. Life has broken me. Can I really become whole again? Can I really become different? Can I be fine? But really you can. You can. I always tell my clients this and my coaching community that sometimes when we experience some setbacks, some challenges, one of the things we must be very careful of, allowing those things to do to us is giving us a new identity. For instance, if you started a business, maybe you are someone that you love to sell, you have passion. People have even commended you that there's nothing that this she can sell anybody. You can even sell human being. Don't go and sell human being. That's how good you are. You just have that strong aura, that strong grace, for selling. And maybe you say, okay, let me even invest in this, let me pursue this path, and probably you start a business, and maybe the first 3 months you see shege, and because of that, because of the shege that you see or you saw, you now conclude that maybe I am not a different person. Listen to this statement. Maybe I am not a different person. It's different from I tried this business, but it didn't go well. Maybe there's something I need to pay attention to or work on. Do you see that? There are 2 different things. One is you concluding on your personality. You allow what you have seen to define you. You say, maybe I am not a business person. The same as some of you, maybe when you were in school, you didn't like some courses, and you just, maybe I am not cut out for science. I am not cut out for mathematics. I'm not cut out for this. Maybe you started off your podcast, you had a YouTube channel you used to run before, and the views were not encouraging, and you conclude and say, maybe though there is a place of examination, and analysis, checking to know why some things are not working, but in doing that, don't conclude and take on the new identity that, maybe I am not a reader. Maybe give me examples. Maybe I am not fit for this. Maybe I will not get married. Do you see that? So maybe some people have broken relationships, or the relationship didn't go well, and they feel, maybe I'm not the kind of person for marriage. Do you see that? Why will you conclude that about yourself? Why? Alright, so we must be mindful of our conclusions that affect our identity because of the situations or challenges that we have seen or experienced. So don't allow your situation to define you. Alright, you must learn to separate issues from your person. Do you see that? It's just like when a child, for instance, takes what does not belong to him, and the parents label the child as a thief. The moment you begin to call that child a thief, a thief, a thief, you are imprinting an identity on the child. And the more you label that child like that, the guy person just find himself taking what does not belong to him, and you keep wondering why. All right, he just begin to see himself as a thief. So let's be very careful this year, all right, of our labeling. So 5 things to alter. Number 1 is your thoughts, your mindset, and your consciousness. I intentionally linked these 3 together. Each on their own, they can serve as a topic for a coaching session. But, you know, because of what everything I want to talk about, I'm just going to bring them together. And this is a very important foundation for every other thing we're going to be talking about. If you can get it in this area, every other thing are going to be easier. They're going to just fall in place easily. So your thoughts, your mindset, and your consciousness, that's the first thing that you must pay attention to. That is a game changer for your shift in this year, because what you mind determines what minds you. Take a moment to think about that. What you mind determines what minds you. The quality of a man's life, the quality of a man's result is not necessarily, it starts first of all from the quality of his thoughts, and then translate to the quality of his mindset, and then translate to the quality of his consciousness. So, like I said, this is a lot of conversation in one, but I'm just going to try to compress it for us. All right. So your mind, your thoughts first affect your mind, then affect your consciousness. Some people wonder why, for instance, apologies if this, relates to you. You keep wondering why you attract the wrong persons, for instance, in maybe relationships or even in business. You just keep seeing that the wrong people keep coming to you, keep working for you. They keep stealing your money. They keep taking your company's properties or taking things from you, and you're wondering why. Like I said, when we experience things and we don't deal with them as we are supposed to, and you allow those things to determine your identity, my God, it's going to affect your life. So take this for instance. I was speaking with a nurse. I went some recently, and she was sharing with me how that she has been looking for someone to help in the house, right? Like a home caregiver, or what do they call them, a caregiver. She has been looking for a caregiver, but she has not been considering certain age grade. Why? Because she's afraid that the person is going to scatter her home, tempt her husband, which actually happens in life, right? People have such experiences, but it has not even happened to her. But because of what she has maybe heard, stories she might have heard from different places, or maybe even movies that she has seen. Oh my God, the power of media! Things that she might have seen or heard, or her friend has discussed. Maybe her parents even gave counsel, solicited and unsolicited counsel. You know, and because of that, she just came to the conclusion that if I allow this age grade come be a caregiver for me, the person might might take her husband, and it might scatter her home. And I was like, do you know that this thing, this simple thought has the capacity, even if, my God, even if the person maybe is seemingly a good person, it has the capacity to trigger this event. Because as a man thinks, so is he. So your mindset is a sum total of your thoughts, the informations that you have received from parents, from media, from your teachers, from your friends, your associations, everywhere around you. Everyone is always speaking. Everybody is always saying something. Whether you care, you don't care. There's always something being communicated to you every time. You go out, you come out. Except if you don't interact with people or the media, you are just off the world, which is impossible. You're always being told something every day, whether consciously or unconsciously. So this sum total of all these things that you keep hearing, you keep seeing, is what comes together to form a stronghold in your mind that is called a mindset. Because what you hear begins to affect what you think. Oh, that's true. I saw a Facebook page where they were discussing about this, and you've never had the help yet. Are you already envisioning that the person is going to take your husband from you? As how? So you have to pay attention to what you think. You have to pay attention to what you mind. What are you always thinking about? What is consistently on your mind? What takes the preeminence in your thinking, in your thoughts? What are you always thinking about? Possibilities or impossibilities? Do you always see failure when you are, you for instance, when a new year, you are so energized, you want to start do new things, and some thoughts begin to come to you, and I'm like, I'm not a, just begin to give excuses and say certain things because of what you have fed your mind. And sometimes maybe you have had some experiences that now begin to inform those your thinking patterns. That's why I said it started with decision. Decide that I won't allow these thoughts to run my life again. But we're still going to get there. So what are you current? What do you constantly behold? What you constantly feed on, what you constantly look at is what informs your thoughts, your thinking pattern. And this also, your mindset now influences what you are conscious of. So the person, for instance, she's conscious of that because she has constantly fed on it. She has ruminated about it, thought about it. Because for you to say it with your mouth, it is not casual. It is not a mistake. You've thought about it again and again and again, and now you are saying it. So what do you feed on? What do you feed on? That you are not needed. Your voice is not sweet enough. You are not fine enough. You are not good enough. Mine. What are you always thinking about? Or that yes, I am needed. I'm a solution. I am sent to this world for such a time as this. I have solutions to give. I'm a light. I am needed in my space, in my career. Though there are many people doing well in my field, but I am also needed. While I'm trying to grow, trying to become better, trying to do more, I am needed. You are running a business and you feel like, I have a lot of competitors. My business is not doing well. No, what I have to offer is needed. You have to have that mindset first. If not, you'll be defeated before you even start. You are needed. Alright? For someone that grew up in an environment or constantly saw success, it will be difficult for that kind of person to be thinking, I will start something and it will fail. It will be very difficult. If you saw your parents do something, build, and they did well, it will be difficult for you to think otherwise, that you will fail. Because the first environment showed you possibilities. And that's why if you don't have it, you have to get it. Look for it. Oh, today is going to be awesome. Let me move on from that. All right, I don't overflog that conversation. So the point is, if you have some thoughts that has been affecting you, some mindset that has been influencing your life, your decision. So even when you are doing something different, you are trying to act differently. So that subconscious, that consciousness, it has a way of affecting your reality. It has a way of, because what you are conscious of, it becomes your culture. It becomes your experience and your reality. So you notice that though you are confessing, I'm a success, but your reality is otherwise. It's because of your consciousness. It's a cloud upon you. I call it invisible element that affects your visible reality. Your thoughts, your mindset, your consciousness, they are invisible elements that affect and impact your visible reality, your visible experience. So you have to get it right in this area. So if you want to change it, you want to alter it, how can you change it? Is it possible for me to alter or to change maybe my thoughts, my mindset, my consciousness? Yes, it's possible. I'm just going to be sharing 3 things you can do. All right, easy things you can do to help you on that area. One, you have to identify those limiting thoughts that you have, those limiting mindsets. Identify it. Don't lie to yourself. And some people, they will be spiritualizing it, or they will be excusing it away. Hey, sit down with yourself and be honest that why do I always think like this? Maybe you are given an opportunity to maybe lead a group to do something, and the first thing is that I'm going to fail. I'm not going to do well. Who said so? That thing is not accidental. Something is sponsoring it, and you must examine it. What is the cause of this? You must identify it. And what is that thought that always kills me before I start a thing? Identify it. The second thing to do is to question it. Is this God's intended reality? I always tell my coaching client that there are two realities that people live from. There is the God or the divine reality, and there is the world's reality, or our experience curated reality. I think that's the perfect word. Our experience curated reality. So you have experienced something and you allow it to become your reality. It's different from the original. When you created to be an average person, to not be successful, to not do well in your relationship and marriage, was it written in your destiny that as this person is going to the earth, though, every businesses you try will fail? Was that written concerning you? So there is the divine reality. So you have to go back to the drawing board and check: is this really who I've been created to be? Question it. Challenge those thoughts. Is this thought really good for my life? Does it serve my destiny? Does it serve my businesses? Does it serve my career? Question it and challenge it. Look it in the face. Challenge it. Then number 3, take countermeasure. For instance, when thought comes to your mind that, for instance, maybe you are in a gathering and you are called upon to speak, and you're like, oh my God, I don't have anything to say. Some people say, I don't have anything to say. Whereas they have so much to say. And you feel like not speaking up, and you say, no, please, I will pass. Once that thing wants to start, countermeasure says, we're not going to respond to you today. Today that you don't want me to talk today. This is not the day I'm going to talk. So when that thing is telling you to not talk, that's when you should talk. Take countermeasure. Do the opposite of what that feeling, that thought, tells you to do. Countermeasure. Replace it with the opposite. Replace it with the opposite. Take countermeasure. Don't grieve for it this year. Alright. So another thing also is to be intentional about what you feed on. Alright. What you watch, what you hear, what you read, what you see, the kind of conversations you have, the kind of friendship, alliances, associations you have, the community you are in. You have to be very intentional. Alright. So going to the second thing that we must pay attention to, the second game changer for you to have a beautiful and successful year, is to pay attention to your words. Already sort of touched that briefly when I was talking about thoughts, mindset, and consciousness. What you are conscious of determines what you say. It's not a mistake. It's not a mistake. And your words, they create your world. So it's not, like I said, it's not about saying if this foundation is correct and your words is in alignment with your thoughts, your mindset, and your consciousness, your reality would align. It will fall in place. So, but when you're always saying, I'm a success, I don't know why he's saying this. I am great, I'm a success, I'm a global voice, I'm this. But inside your mind, you are thinking otherwise. You are thinking differently. It's not going to align. There will be no alignment. You will still stay stuck. You are saying, this year we are making millions in our businesses. I'm making millions in my organization. We are breaking this threshold, hundreds of millions of billions. But in your mind, you are like, can I do this? Is it possible? It will not align. That's why this former one is a prerequisite for this current conversation. Your words are powerful. They have the power to create your world, what you see, the experience and reality you have. Your words also has a way of helping your thoughts. So sometimes when your thought is saying, for instance, that you cannot do this, don't sit down and start thinking that, that's true, I can't do this, what can I do? No, immediately speak out and say, no, I'm going to do this. I can do it. Respond. Speak the right words. And you will notice that it will silence that thought. Use your words rightly this year if you are going to experience a shift in your life, in your institution, in your family, your relationship, your finance. Use your words rightly. Alright. Create a new world for you, for your business, with your word. You want to create a new world, a new experience, a new reality by your word. Paint the picture of your future by your words and constantly think about it. Your words. Pay attention this year. All right, because of time, let's move on to the third point. That if, well, you know, taking note of, we're going to fly this year. The third thing are your actions and your habits. So, of course, when you have this is, I wish there is a board and a marker for this class it would have been sweeter, right? So, just maybe you want to just draw a chart or a chain where you are, and on the top of the chart, write your thoughts, your words, your mindset, your consciousness. Draw the line down. The next is your words. Then draw the line down. Your words, your thoughts, mindset, consciousness leads to the kind of words you say. Because out of the abundance of a man's heart, his mouth speak. Bring it downward. The next point, your actions and your habits. So your words influences your habits. Your mindset, your thoughts, your consciousness plus your words influences your habits. Influences what you do. All right. So it affects the what you do or what you don't even do. So if you are defeated in your mind, it will be difficult for you to even do something outward. You'll be shivering, you'll be fidgeting to face life, to do what you're supposed to do. So if you want to you want to have a better year this year, pay attention to your actions. What are the things you are currently doing that has been keeping you stuck over the years? What are the actions? What are the habits that you have given yourself to and has kept you stuck over the years? And when you do actions from the word simply means your act, how you act, what you do outwardly. While your habits are what you do consistently. I wrote it here that um your what you do is an act, all right, but what you consistently do becomes an habit. What you do is an act, but what you consistently do becomes an habit. You've set your time that, okay, I'm reading for 30 minutes, but the same you that set the time is the same you that broke the time. And you stand up, you pick up your phone, you are mindlessly scrolling. The more you do that, the more you are teaching yourself to take this as a lifestyle, that it is the right thing to do, and it becomes an habit. When people struggle with addiction does not become an addiction by just doing a singular act. It's when you constantly, consistently, again and again do something that it becomes an habit. So for you to retrain yourself to do better this year, to have better results this year, then you have to change your actions that affect and leads to your habits. So you have to consistently do what will move you forward towards your goal. You have to consistently give yourself to the things that will help you to become a better person. You have to consistently act. I mentioned about taking countermeasures when I was talking about how to deal with limiting mindset and the likes. So consistently taking that action. The first time you want to do it, it might cringe, might feel uncomfortable that I'm not used to this. Maybe the first time you want to speak up, for instance, in a gathering, you might feel like I'm not used to this. But the more you do it, the bolder you become. The more you do it, the bolder you become. Or you want to start a channel, you want to start speaking. The first time you want to try it, you might feel like, is it perfect? Am I doing well enough? But the more you do it, the bolder, the more you enter into the character, the more it becomes a flow. Are we still together? So pay attention to your habits this year. So you have to follow that chain. All right, because there's step by step, line upon line, precept upon precept. All right. So, and I actually have coaching processes for this. If you want to change your life, register for coaching. It helps. One of my greatest joy in life is seeing people who felt or thought they could never do something, seeing them become a different person, doing what they said they could not do before. My God, what a priceless moment for me. I always love it when I see my clients, move from stuck to sorry, move from confusion to clarity, Move from feeling they can't do something to doing it, or move from crossing a threshold to another threshold. It's always beautiful to see. So you want to really, maybe one of the decisions you want to make this year is to don't just do life on your own, but get someone to hold you by the hand. If you're interested, hit me up on my Instagram bio. I'm the Deborah Adetunji, by the way. Of course, you know that. So the fourth thing that you must pay attention to this year, that is a game changer for you, and this one is actually quite dear to my heart, because even this midnight when I was ruminating on it, like I was, while I was sleeping, I woke up with this particular burden in my heart, because I strongly feel that if we can work on this, it's going to largely help us. It's going to largely affect our results this year. I began to have a burden some time back, and I noticed how that, for instance, this is specifically for believers. I just observing, and I saw that it's very easy for us as believers, to easily have prayer partners. Oh, when people have situations, they have issues, it's very easy for you to call people and say, let's pray together, and they will easily, everybody want to pray, right? Like I said, this is strictly for believers. So if you're not a believer, this is not for you. Well, it can also serve for you, because it's not just about praying alone. Some people have friends that all they can do together is to gist. When it comes to gisting, trending issues, trending matter, trending news, they have all of the time to spend. But when it comes to growing together, investing in what will shift their life, for instance, when you tell your friends that, let's come together to pull wealth so we can build something, everybody start giving excuses. Or you begin to say that, there's a course I want to take, this. They will start finding a way to give excuses. So this year, if your association is not elevating you, you want to excuse yourself out of it. And you have to be unapologetic about this, because a company of what's the word? A company of people not doing well. If all your friends that are people that are just, this is not to talk down on friendships or relationship and association. But I just want to really see that your relationships, your associations can either make you or mar you. Because sometimes, the previous point we've talked about, for instance, if you don't have an association that has the same mindset, you are thinking of, I want to grow, I want to scale, I want to do more this year. And all they are talking about every time is always this latest gist. Have you seen this hair? Have you seen this clothes? Have you seen this party? Do you want us to go here? They'll be scattering what you are building. Do you get? Co-align. It doesn't align. They'll be scattering. We are trying to build. They are pulling you backwards. And I wrote here that your association determines your allocation. There was a preacher that said something some time back, and he stood with me. All right, or he stayed with me rather. He stayed with me. He says, if you have 5 friends who are fools, there are actually not 5 fools. There are actually 6 fools. You are the 6th fool. An eagle in the midst of chickens, even though it is meant to fly, but because chickens don't fly, they operate on different altitude, different mindset. Though his destiny is for the eagle to fly, but because its association is association of chickens, the eagle will become a chicken. And you that is meant to be soaring, meant to be flying, you will be stuck. Am I not saying you should ditch all your friends? I'm not saying you should just automatically cut everybody off. But just reprioritize. That's simply what I'm trying to say. Reprioritize. You want to limit the maybe number of interaction or conversation with them. Once in a while, check up. Once in a while, reach out. Be there for them when they need you sometimes, if you are able to. But not in depth. Not that they are your best friends, your closest buddies, but there's nothing meaningful about all of you together. You don't want to do that to yourself this year. So for you to really grow, for you to really shift, you have to change your environment. And one of your environment is your association. So when you have friends who are high flyers, I have friends who pushes me. My God. I have friends who inspires me, who challenges me. I see them, I want to be more, I want to do more. There's a place of having those who are ahead of you that you look up to, inspiring you. And there's also the place of having those who are your circle, also inspiring you. You share some ideas with them, and they're not trying to beef you. They're not trying to envy. They're not trying to pull you down. They're not trying to sow discouragement into your heart. They're not trying to make you see that what you are trying to do is not going to work or it doesn't make sense. You need to be intentional about your association this year. You have to be brutal about this if you're going to do well. It's a game changer for you. Some of you need to have a community. Join a community of like-minded, growth-minded community. I have a WhatsApp channel, for instance, for people who want to grow. All right, I share tips. I share things that helps you on your journey of transformation. You want to be connected. So you can check my Instagram bio, for this. It's there. You want to be intentional about what you feed on. You want to connect to the right mindset this year that will elevate you and not limit you. So your circle must challenge you. Your circle must inspire you. Your circle must push you forward and not backward. Some circle are energy that drain us. They don't motivate. They don't inspire. Everybody is trying to pretend. Trying to pretend for each other. Change your circle this year. All right. So I hope that my voice is not too loud on this, and we are still friends. I really hope that we are still friends. Those who have your ears have your life, really. Those who have your ears have your life. Those who have your ears have your life. So for some people, what they need to change, that circle that has been keeping them stuck. They've been stuck for years. For some people, what they need to change that is to change their circle. They've been going right the circle for years and have been stuck. But one of the things to really pay attention to for you to come out of that is to change your circle of friends, your circle of association, and build new ones intentionally. It's not going to jump on your laps. You have to go for what you want. Go for what you want. So your association affects your elevation. It affects your allocation. So when you're trying to build, and you have people who are also, building. What a beauty. You have people who are building. My God, what a beauty. All right, it helps you. It's easier. You can share things. You'll be able to relate. You can help each other. Recommend things to each other that will help each other to become better. Might not necessarily be in the same, have the same area of interest, but in their different area of interest, in their different area of specialization, that they are thriving, they are doing well. Not that you are the only one that is trying to do well. The others are just nonchalant, they're just serious, they are just mediocre, they're just there. I really hope you're going to pay attention to this. So the final thing that can be a game changer for you doing well this year, and this is so different from every other point I've mentioned. You might be wondering, after all this thing you have said, why are you now saying this one? It's very important on your journey this year, and that is embrace healing. It's a game changer. You must embrace healing this year. I always say that healing is a journey. It's not a one-off event. All right. You always experience things that might hurt you, that might tamper with your emotions, that want to bring you down, that might want to discourage you, make you down and depressed. But you must make healing a lifestyle. Embrace healing. Embrace healing. Sometimes you try something, you fail. Oh, don't kill yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Rise up, get up, heal, move on. Embrace healing. Don't allow what you have experienced to keep you stuck. Don't allow maybe something that happened once keep you stuck. Hey, rise up. Embrace healing. Be gracious to yourself. When you make mistake, when you tried something the first time, it didn't go the way you wanted it to go, don't talk yourself down. Embrace healing. Heal, breathe, recover, and continue. Fire on! Fire on! Don't let it keep you down. Embrace healing. This year is for those that will refuse to allow what they are, because what when you are trying to soar, maybe like as an eagle, for instance, if you study the life of an eagle, one of the things that give them wings, one of the things that give them flight, all right, leverage, yes, is when there are what's the word? I don't want to say there are storms. There are just storms in the sky. What's that word? When there is strong winds, you know, when there are strong winds and other birds, they're trying to scamper for their life. Yes, strong winds. They're trying to run for their life, trying to hide. Things are not going well. Economy is serious. So have you seen this new law? Have you seen this new policy? Let me close my business. Let me stop what I'm doing. And they're trying to withdraw. They're trying to allow it to cage them, to stop them. It is that climate that they ride on and fly. So there are things that might want to challenge you, want to shake you off balance. But you say no. This year we are soaring. I will not allow this to keep me down. Oh, though I am hurt, though I'm pained. But I choose to heal. I choose to let go. I choose to forgive. Sometimes who you need to forgive is yourself. You forgive every other person. You give grace to every other person except yourself. Sometimes the person you need to forgive is yourself. Give grace to yourself. You made your first video, it wasn't so nice, Don't allow it to make you bury your head. Learn, improve, get better. Find ways to do better and move on. Move on quickly. Heal quickly. Recover quickly and rise and soar. Because this year, we are rising, we are thriving, we are shining, we are soaring together. I really hope that we learned, I know that you've learned a lot today. So I would like to see your comments. If you have any question, maybe you want to ask. All right, but I want to really hear from you. What stood out for you in today's session? What are you going back with after this session? I also want to encourage you that if you can share maybe what blessed you, you want to share on your social media, probably tag me if you can. I'll be so glad to read and to hear from you. But let me see in the comment section what really stood out for you today. What are you going back with? Like I said in the beginning, it's not just about hearing, but the structure you put in place after now that's going to help you to make the most of what you have heard. So beyond hearing, I want us to become. I want us to engage. I want us to practicalize. I want us to make use of what we have heard. Because I want us to get results this year. I want to see you fly. I want to be proud of you. I want to say I know this person. Oh, maybe my class was one of the things. I believe just maybe. I'm sure one of my classes was one of the things that helped this person this year. I want to be proud of you. I want to see your success story and be inspired this year. So what stood out for you? I would love to hear from you in the comments very quickly. What stood out for you in this session today? Do you have any question? I'll be so glad to hear from you. Another thing is, if you need one-on-one coaching, you need someone to hold you by the hand, you or your organization, you need training for your staff. Maybe your organization, you've lost their identity. Maybe people don't know what you're doing again. All right. Or you want your staff to come into the identity of your vision. You want them to embody your vision. You want them to scale or improve their productivity. You want to reach out. All right. You can very easy way to reach me is on my Instagram, right? But if you have my WhatsApp number, you can also pick up a conversation from there. So let's work together this year so we can become better and achieve greater results. So that for one-on-one coaching, personalized coaching sessions on identity, mindset transformation, productivity, leadership, you want to hit me up. I'll be so glad to work with you this year. All right, so Laura Mary is saying after now she's reprioritizing her relationship. Awesome. Very, very important. Your association determines your elevation and your allocation. So you want to surround yourself with those who loves to fly. Okay, Tony is saying that she wants to create a world. So she needs to keep saying what she wants to see in her world. Yes, because the more you speak to yourself, it is affecting your mind, influencing your thought process. All right, which also influences your consciousness and mindset. Is there another person sharing? Thank you for staying true to the end. I'm so glad that this was a blessing to you. Do out to spread the news, encourage your friends if you love them to listen to it. If you have staff members, maybe there's also someone that you want to do all together with. Let's share this with them so they can also fly and soar with you in year 2026. Aderin Lola is saying that she needs to create a structure in her life. Very important. All right, very important. Anything that does not have any structure does not have a future. So if you want what you are doing to survive, want it to last, you need structure. All right, and if you need help on that or coaching session, you need someone to guide you on that. I'll be so excited to work with you. Thank you. I'm not sure I'm saying that comment again. Thank you for staying true. Thank you for joining. I'm so glad to be a blessing to you this morning. Like I said, let's go out to share this with everyone that we know so they can also soar with you this year. This is our year of shining, thriving, and soaring. And I'm really looking forward to hearing your testimony, your feedbacks, even after now. Till we meet again, I'm the Deborah Adesunji. Thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone.